Stay busy in peril, man. You feel me? Now, hey, what's going on out there? It's your boy So Busy, and we back at you, Boss Talking, Boss Talk 94303. Hey, yo, hit that like and that subscribe for me. You know what I mean? So we can get these people in here and keep getting these interesting stories going for you, letting you know what's going on. And today is a good one. Like I said, today is a good one, man. I got a real dear person to me in my life. This is another family member of mine. Family member. See, these first two people I done had on been personal family with me because my family is awesome, and I have awesome people in my family, and we be doing great things. We out here creating. Yeah, what's up, man? It's your boy So Busy. Back at you again, Boss Talking. Another episode of Boss Talk 94303. And today I done heated it up. I done turned it up. I went, I got in with my little sister, what I'm saying? We talked about the health as wealth and the nutrition. And now I done cranked it all the way up. The next guest I got is once again another family member of mine. And he's the owner of an outdoor company. I don't know if you know it, outdoorsman. So I'm about to introduce Phillip Henderson, my cousin. He's a climber, a mountaineer, an overall outdoor professional. He has climbed 3 of the 7 tallest mountains in the world, a couple of them twice. He attempted Mount Everest in 2012, and he's going back at it again. Let me get him in here. Haha, good.
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing, man? You looking good, man.
I'm good.
You good? Yeah, that's right. That's right. You see, we got a little setup going on over here. You know what I mean? Can you see it?
Yeah. What's that?
I said, can you see the little setup we got going on over here?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I see you. You know me, cousin. Let me just show you. I'm gonna just move this real quick because you know how I keep it.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Got to keep the 2 turntables and
still keep them. You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah, hey, and that's what I was saying before. I was like, man, cuz the person I'm gonna have on today has been like a real inspiration to me. Like when you played sports, I wanted to play sports. When you listen to hip hop, most of the early hip hop that we used to listen to, I got that from you. You know what I mean? The things I bring to the people I knew. You know what I mean? You being a couple years older, I would bring it to you. I would bring it to my friends. Like, yeah. So man, what's going on? I see man, look, let me tell you something. We was talking yesterday, and I already know what you've been doing, and I know how it's been going. I know for the most part what you've been telling me. But yesterday, I just Googled in. I put in like first Black Everest Expedition, and you all over the place, man. You know what I'm saying? You all over the place. So whatever the press that's being put out there, it's working because I see it. Like the first 5, 6, 7 articles is Phillip Henderson. You know what I mean?
It's in there, right?
Yeah, and I'm wow.
Yeah. But it's the thing, man. I'm just trying to spread awareness. You know what I mean? Because if you really look at, you should look at the history of mountaineering and Black people in the outdoors at this level. You know what I mean? We always been outdoors. You know what I'm saying? Doing things, but I was blessed with an opportunity, you know what I'm saying? And it's really before, I was kind of before the times, but then there was people before me. You know how that goes. Just when you think you doing something for the first time, there's always somebody before you, right?
Right.
But as a collective, as a community, as a group of people, you know what I'm saying? This really has never happened. So that's why it's in the news because, with all this, with what's going on with, in terms of social justice, not even racial justice, you know what I mean? We got to make sure we know how to separate those two things, you know what I mean? But what's going on, around the globe and in our society and so on, that is in this world, in terms of mountaineering and climbing and so on, we're such a small percentage, man, that it's like, you're walking with giants, you know what I'm saying? So that's what this crew is. Yeah.
So now let me ask you a question. Going from playing football at Foothill, and then we was connected all the time. We'd see each other almost, every few days. And then I didn't see you from a while. It's like that's when you started getting into the outdoor stuff, huh?
Right. And so I don't know if you remember when I had that injury, you know what I'm saying, when I fractured the vertebrae in my neck.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah, and so going through that, life just kind of changed, and I mean, I learned it. I mean, a lot of brothers, they have to go through some other things to realize how short life is. You know what I mean? People get
Right,
shot or whatever. I just happen to have a football injury and be able to come back from it at a very young age. You know what I mean? At 21,
right,
22 years old,
right.
is like, man, life is short, man. You better do what you want to do because it can end like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
because that was a scary time. I remember that a
right.
vertebrae injury ain't no joke. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
Yeah. So,
and so that was really the transition time, but it was, but it was hard though, you know what I mean? Because
right,
man, you, I was just doing what I wanted to do, but then, it's like, man, there's no community, you know what I'm saying? And my people
right,
gone, you know what I mean? I was thinking about it yesterday. It's like, just think about all the years of music we didn't listen to together, you know what I'm saying?
right,
And
right.
all the fish fries and hanging out and all the changes that happen with family, people having
Yeah,
children and so on. That I mean, I'm
right,
still connected, and it's nice to meet people. You take different paths, so that's why it's really nice to just sit here together like this,
right,
at a time
right.
when, yeah, and we were just together last year too. So
Definitely, yep, definitely. You came through. That's right. That's
you
right.
know.
So let me ask you, so what really started you on this journey? What was the first thing that said, okay, this is what I'm getting ready to start doing?
Oh man, when I really found out that you could do it for work, you know what I'm saying? This was because I mean, you look back in the 80s, 90s, we unemployed, nigga gotta hustle, you know what I'm saying, and stuff. So really I found out something. I mean, think about it. Remember when me and Sonny used to go fishing, go
Yeah,
hiking, go fishing all the time. So I've always been doing things
right.
outside and like
Yeah, I
that,
know
but I
that.
just didn't know that you could do that for work.
I
I didn't
remember
know
you.
you
I
could
remember
make
you.
money doing it.
I remember when you used to go. You used to be like, "I'm finna go hiking up in Half Moon Bay." Remember
Right.
that? And I
Yeah.
used to be like, you'd be like, "Come on!" I'd be like, "No, I'm cool. I didn't want." I was into something else. My mind was into something else, and your mind was into that.
Right,
So that's why
right.
when we reconnected and you told me you was doing what you was doing, I wasn't surprised because, like, well, yeah, Phil
Yeah,
always been doing that, you know?
yeah, yeah, but and so, I mean, a lot of times you can get fast tracked, but I mean, for a long time though, I mean, I'm almost 30 years into the industry now, so it, I've learned a lot, I grew a lot, but that's how it happened. You know what I mean? It starts
Okay,
way back. I mean, really, I tell people it was Uncle Hershey. I tell this story all the time. It was, it was Uncle Hershey that came to visit us when I was about 9 or 10, 8 or 9, somewhere in there. But he was what,
right,
60 back then. You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
And we went fishing. And I remember, I mean, that was really the beginning. Just somebody taking me out to just show me how to fish. That was Uncle Hershey, you know what I'm saying? So really,
right.
I tell that story all the time because I'm telling you, because that is really what
Triggered it
instilled
for
me,
you.
what really triggered it. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
you
And
know.
so then once you realized that you could make money, because I know, but no, the people don't know that you've
Right.
lived in what, 4 or 5 different countries?
Yeah, yeah, and there's all opportunities, you know what I mean? But so once I realized that you could do that for work, and it's like, I was already athletic, so the athletic part of it didn't that was easy, you know what I mean? It was some other things, just learning the technical side and technical skills and stuff like that. And then you just got to do it, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like anything else. You don't get good at football playing football once a week, you know.
Right, right,
Or once a month or whatever it may be. You doing it every single day. And so, growing up with that, that transitions, you know what I mean? So you get good at your skill. And then it was just opportunities. There's so many opportunities, man, to go and travel and work. When I was working for that organization at the time, there's 10, 11 different countries you could go to and work, and I
right.
just happened to take advantage of that. You know what I mean?
And
So
so,
I went to Kenya for, let's see, what was that, in 2000? I went to Kenya and lived for almost, yeah, about 16 months. Yeah.
right, right.
Yeah.
And even better wife over there.
Met my wife over there. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly.
You know,
So what is it when you say you realize that you can make money doing it? Doing like what? What is it called? What is
so
it called?
right. So really, it's being an outdoor professional. So, being an instructor or a guide, when I was working, it was more of an instructor. So really you just take people out and teach them how to survive. Not survive, because you take everything you need. You take food, you take, your stove, you take everything you need, shelter, everything. but you got to learn how to read maps and how to, walk through this terrain. And you're not on a trail most of the time, so you got to learn how to navigate all that. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
learn
Okay.
about, you start learning about, the cycles in terms of weather patterns, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Avalanches, rock climbing, all that kind of stuff. So it's just the
Okay.
sky was the limit. You know what I mean? And so I started working those courses, man, and working like river courses on a raft for like 10, 12 days at a time, or
Right.
going into the backcountry. We go for usually 30 days, you go for a month, and you don't see civilization, because every time you get food again, you get it by horseback. The
Oh,
horses come
is that
in
right?
into the mountains. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So really, and so I mean, it's like, man, we always, we're people, people connected to the environment, to nature, you know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
we
Okay.
we are already connected to it. We just been removed from it, and put in these other things that's for so many years and so long that we forget about that. But once you take
Right.
and you get yourself back in that environment, man, it's
Like
if
riding a
you
bike.
let it, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It is, because it's a part of you. We all come from it. We are all connected to it. You know what I mean? And so our, our parents' generation, they were more connected than we are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
Right.
that's the way that they was living. So
Yeah.
society and technology and media and so many different things have keep removing us from that. But that's
Right.
not. It's we won't even get into politics and so on like that, but it makes you believe that, you have to go and do certain things and you can't do certain things, you know what I'm saying?
Because I
And
say
there's
we
never,
always
for me, there's never been something that I can't or won't do, really. Just if I feel like I should be doing it, or I want to do it, I want to try it, whatever, that's what happens, you know what I mean? And so you learn a lot doing that, and you learn, so if you can do that, you can go anywhere in the world, man. Once you learn those basic skills of dealing with weather and different things. Even, you have, I mean, remember the earthquake 1989,
yeah.
right? San Francisco, we didn't
Yeah.
have power for like 3, 4 days, something like
Right.
that, blah blah
Right.
blah. I
Right.
didn't have a problem because I was camping back then. So you know,
Right up your alley.
and so it's like, cool, I can just take out my stove and cook and stuff, and
Right.
help other people, as at the same time, where other people struggle because they don't know how to take care of themselves. Really, you do. You just gotta, you gotta don't be dependent on other people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And think about things like that. So, but that's what a lot of those skills help. You know what I mean? It's not just when you're there out in the wilderness, but it helps you in your everyday life as well, and help you help other people. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
it's about time we in our community really understand, and it's happening. It's happening. People becoming more conscious of that, and how it's not just, we think it, or we're led to believe it's just activity, sport, blah blah blah, right? But
Right. Right.
it's healing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mentally, physically, it's healing. You know what I mean? To be in that environment. You know what I'm saying? But um, yeah, it's a lot to it, man. I've been blessed to be, um, like I said, living in different countries, and
That's what I was gonna
experience
ask.
different cultures
That's
and
what I was
people.
gonna ask you.
You know.
That's what I was gonna ask you. How many different countries you actually lived in? Not visited, but actually lived in.
Just lived in. Well, see, that's the thing, is most of the time I don't really visit a place. You know what I mean? I go there and
Right.
I work, and that's it. But it's only been, well, 3, 4. So I lived in Kenya for a year and a half. I lived in Chile for almost 3 years.
Yeah, I remember
But
that.
I also been to Nepal like probably 9 different trips. So when you put all that together, that,
Right.
almost another year right
And
there. So
Nepal is in India, right?
it's right next to India. Yeah,
Right, right.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
Right
now
next to India.
that's the question.
Yeah,
That's the $1 million question.
yeah.
What made you say, man, I want to go to the top of that mountain?
Man, that's a long story, but I mean, this is again, it's history.
Right.
And 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 when you look at the history of Mount Everest, climbing Mount Everest, right? And so the easiest way for me to put it in its importance for me, right? And the opportunity is like this. It's 1963 was the first American expedition to Everest, right? In
Okay.
1963. Okay.
Okay.
What was going on in our country in 1963?
Civil rights.
We were thick in it, right?
Right.
And so you ask yourself, man, who from our community was even thinking about going to Mount Everest in 1963?
Right.
Right?
Right.
I mean, you have to ask a lot of people to get to somebody who may
Yeah.
have been thinking that at that time.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Right.
Okay. Well, I was born in 1963. Okay.
Okay.
So through this work that I've been doing, I got the opportunity to go to Nepal first time in 2006,
Mm-hmm.
and I started working with people from Nepal who actually work on Mount Everest. That's their livelihood. That's what they do. They come from the Sherpa community. Okay, they're
Okay.
Sherpas, and I started understanding the whole system of climbing Everest. And it's like Western people who go and utilize this group of people from the Sherpa community to help them carry their things up the mountain. But those folks are dying at a rate of like 4 or 5 to 1
Oh, is that
because they
right?
don't have skills. And so they don't, there's a lot of reasons for that. But
Right.
but now I've been exposed to this um, arena of the, climbing the highest mountain in the world, and all you do is hear about it in the news, in the media. But
Right.
I'm working directly with these people, right? And
Okay.
and now and you could understand this. So what
Okay.
was it when I was there in 2007? 2008, you have to help me because maybe but my grandmother Zenobia died in
Right.
what
Right.
year was that? I forget what year it was.
It was
But
about.
I was in Nepal. I was in the village in Nepal when she passed away. Okay.
Okay.
And so those people in that community treat me like family. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we did a service, those kind of things. So I got to know them. I set up a program with them where they were coming over here and going on these courses that I had been working before just to get experience. You know what I'm saying? It's like you want
Uh-huh.
to immerse them in culture just like you want to immerse yourself in culture. You go somewhere else, right?
Right.
So I was making connections that way. And then I had been working with them for a number of years. And then the guy who I was working with was like, man, that would be cool if we got you up on, if you went to Everest would to be with these guys who've been working up there. I was like, yeah, that would be the ultimate. But that was the first time I really even thought about climbing Everest, right? Just to see like what is really happening on this mountain that for one, these people are dying, you know,
Okay.
and what media is saying there's lines and trash and all these different things. What's going on this mountain? And I have an opportunity to go see it and be with these people who I've been help, train and giving them training and so on for the last 6 years,
Right.
and we've become family. You know what I mean? Their sons and daughters are coming to my house, and let's see, at that time, my my daughter, they remember before I even had a daughter, right?
Right.
So they
Right. Right.
remember when my daughter was born and blah blah blah. So that was real. And then the opportunity came, but
Okay.
you know,
Okay. So then the
and
first
so
the first time up when you actually got to the top, because I seen the one
so
picture you posted when
r-
are you at the summit on that
no,
picture?
no, no, no. That was between camp 2 and 3. So that's only like
Okay.
maybe halfway up, and then a little bit
Okay.
more than halfway up, really. So when I went to Everest, I didn't summit Everest. You
Okay.
know, yeah, I didn't make it to the top, but
That was the
it's
what mountain was that you was that you
the
summited?
other one that was on the top. That was Denali. So that's the top. So that's the highest mountain in North America. So that's in Alaska.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, that's in Alaska.
yeah, yeah.
Right,
So,
right, right.
hmm
Okay, okay.
hmm
And so now you like we get ready to go at it again. So how did you come up with this team of all these other buddies just through the travels and all of
just
that?
just yeah, they're not really through travels, but just through climbing. You know what I mean? We're all
Uh-huh.
climbers,
Right,
and so there's only a few of us really. You know what I mean? And
okay,
in terms of Black people who are climbing at that level, right?
right, right.
And there's more than and they come out of the woodwork, and so we'll get to that in a minute in terms of this expedition. But
Right.
so I have friends, the same guy who gave me the opportunity to go and work in Nepal and went to Everest. We've become good friends. He's a well-known climber, so he understand the lack of representation and lack of Black people in climate. And so when
Okay.
he sees someone who has interest, he's done the same thing like he did for me and that I try to do for other people. It's like, oh, you interested? Come on, let's go. You know how we are. It's like, if you're
Mhm.
interested, let's go. I'll show you the ropes. That's how
Right.
it is. You know what I mean? That's full
Right.
circle. You know what I mean? You know, reaching forward is what I'm talking about. I'm like, you know, you reaching, but you pushing people forward because you know there got to be somebody who takes that reins after you do, you know, and keeps
Right.
that the system moving forward. And so, you know, we all connected through climbers. We are all brothers, you know. And it was like, man, you know, we right there, you have something in common. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Fred grew up in New York. I grew up in California, in San Diego, you know, Northern California. Um, Manoa grew up in Compton, then he moved to Washington. Um, uh, Dom was, you know, grew up in New York as well. So we all have something in common in that sense, just as brothers. You know what I mean? There's one thing that we all hold, that we all know that we've dealt with in life. You know what I'm saying? So really, in mountaineering too, you got to think about it in that a lot of success in a lot of things is having a good partner, somebody that you rely on. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
In everything, anything in life, you gotta,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that's a part of this expedition too, is at this level, right? There's already a lack of us anyway. There's already too few of us anyway. So to be able to
Okay.
go to the highest mountain, to be able to attempt to climb the highest mountain in the world, where you got to be at your best, right?
Right.
Your
Right.
strongest.
Right.
Don't you think it would be nice to be around some people that you feel comfortable with? You know what I
Definitely.
mean? That just that for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? At
Right.
that level, you want to have some color around you. You want to have some people around you. You know,
Right.
not that
Right.
the other people can't be around,
No, that's
but you don't
real.
want to be the only one. You know
Right.
what
That's
I'm
real.
saying?
That's real. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so
Definitely.
man, you know, through all this time, through 30 years, through, you know, through training, through expedition, through my travels, through all these things, I have opportunity to put a team together, to be able to support each other at that level.
Right.
Is,
It's no
you
brainer.
know, is a no-brainer, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
That's
it's
for real.
only a no-brainer for those people who may not see the importance of that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They
Right.
don't see the importance of that. So what we really trying to do is help people see the importance of that. You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
that, you know, and the importance is not talking about the mountain itself.
Right.
You know, it's the path we all take to get to that level, that we can all go and climb this mountain. And that's
Right.
historic right now in 2021. That has never happened on the highest mountain in the world. So, you
Wow.
know,
That's big, man.
there's been one here or there,
Yeah.
when you think about it like this. It's like over 10,000 people have climbed to the summit of Mount of Mount Everest, right?
10,000.
Over 10,000. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
That we know of through research,
Right.
going through this process, finding people.
Right.
We know of right now 9 Black people from around the world who have reached the top of Mount Everest. 9 out of 10,000.
Wow. That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's not that we can't do it, you know,
Right.
it,
We just don't.
we just don't. But then that's the high. But then you keep coming down from there and just look in just the structure of just being outside and doing things. But they say we don't participate outside, but we've been barbecuing and doing all these things for a long
Yeah.
time, and
Yeah. Playing
fishing,
tag in the
and
street. Yeah. We've been
right,
outside forever.
right, But then you go out of the country, and this is again, the experience that I have is like I've been out of the country and gone to some of these other places. You go to Mount Kenya in Kenya, you go to Kilimanjaro. All the people working on that mountain, the guides, the cooks, the porters, everybody's Black.
Right. Oh, is that right?
Yeah. You go to the national park, all the rangers, the people at the gate, the people taking your money, the all Black.
Oh man, that's crazy.
And you see what I'm saying? And so,
yeah.
but here, right? You go to a national park, how many Black folks you see working in a uniform?
Not none.
Have you ever seen?
Maybe
You know
one.
what I mean? Right?
Maybe one.
Right.
Worker. Yeah.
But
that's crazy.
but when you see something, you can believe yourself see it doing it. You know what I mean? It's like being
Right.
anything else, right? If you
Right.
see a basketball player from the time you young till you grow up, you saying, I see myself doing that. If
Right.
you see a doctor, if you have that around yourself, you might see yourself doing that. And
Yeah.
that's what I've been learned, in through my lifetime is it's about what you can be exposed to, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, with
You know,
our family
yeah.
always been all over the place. So it was never nothing for us to move around.
You
Never.
know,
Never.
man, I'm just looking at photos just this morning, going through some things and found pictures of Zenobia and them in Egypt
Right. On
in
the
the
camera.
pyramid. You know what I'm
On the
saying?
camera. I seen them
Right.
pictures on the
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
so it's in our blood. You know what I mean?
It
But
definitely is.
somehow people get moved further and further away. So I ask people this, like, you got a passport? No, I don't have to, man.
Get your
To go get your
passport.
passport. You know,
Come on, man. You don't have a passport, so you
you,
limiting yourself.
you know,
You can't just up and go somewhere if you want to go. That's
right.
crazy.
You
Let me
know,
ask you this question. How long do it take to get to the summit?
oh, it'll take, well, I mean, for the average person who's trying to go to Mount Everest to the summit,
Right.
it would take you about 60 days. It is about 2 months.
Okay. And so
And
how long you think it's gonna take you and your crew?
it will be about the same,
Okay.
because you
Okay.
can't rush it. You can't rush it. It's so you really what you really do, for those people who don't know, I forget, we so you basically climb the mountain like you go up and down. So
Right.
each time you go up, you go a little bit higher.
So you don't just go all the
No,
way up
you would die if you try to do
because
that.
the climate would be too different.
Mhm.
'Cause I remember
There ain't
one
no oxygen in the air. You have to get used
Yeah.
to it.
I
Yeah.
remember
So
one time I
yeah,
asked you, I think I was hypothetical, like, man, next time you go, I want to go with you. And you was like,
yeah.
man, I have to leave you at the base. You don't know, you know what I mean? And I was like,
Yeah,
and I remember I was saying,
yeah,
wow, so you mean like that's right. It's probably going up so high, the climate is different. So
right.
what you do is you go up,
Yeah,
come down a little bit, and then go up a little further, come
yeah,
down, go
yeah,
up a little further. So that's how it go.
yeah,
I,
yeah,
I never knew that. I
yeah.
never
So
knew
you
that.
have a base camp. You have a base camp that you have,
Right.
and then so you go up, you climb maybe 2,000 to 3,000 feet, and then you come back down,
All the way back
right,
down?
all the way to your base camp. Yeah. So
Wow.
then, so you go up there, sleep one night, right?
Right.
And then maybe the next day you get up, you go a little bit higher, and then come all the way back down to base camp, and you'll stay there for about 5, 6, 7 days, something like that, five or
Wow.
6 days, and rest, right, and
Okay.
eat, and you eat good, and so on. And then the next time you go up to camp, you go up to the next camp, the camp
Right.
two, and so
Right.
now there's even less oxygen in the air. It's harder to breathe, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Harder to
Right.
move. So you sleep there, and then the next day if you can climb a little bit higher and then come back down, and depending on how you doing, sleep or come all the way back down to base camp again, and then stay there for 5 or 6 days, and then the
Man.
next time you go back up to camp 2, you go from there, you climb up to the next camp, and you try and sleep up there, you know so
Mm.
now, yeah, and you come all the way back, and then the next time possibly you can go all the way.
Right. So
Yeah.
when you come down, is it the same process coming down?
When you mean, but like in terms of,
When you get to the summit and
yeah,
it's time to go back down now, it's time to go home. We getting up out of here.
right, no, 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 now you can, but once you get high, then
Yeah.
nah, you can come down, and I mean, so when you go to the summit, okay, the last time, so what
Right.
you're gonna do is go from base camp, you're gonna go to camp 2, sleep, so that's one day. Then you go to camp 3, that's 2 days.
Right.
Then you go to camp 4, that's 3 days,
Right.
and then hopefully you go to the summit the next day, that's 4 days.
Right.
Right, so it's taking you 4 days now to go up, which is now taking you, but prior to that it took you like you know 50 days, because
Right.
of you have to do it slowly. But
Okay.
once you get used to it, now you go 4 days all the way up,
See what you're
and then
saying.
hopefully you can come all the way back down to base camp in 2 days.
Okay, that's cool, man. That's cool. So
Yeah.
that's what you. So when y'all getting ready to try to do? When are y'all gonna do this?
So March of next spring of next year. Yeah.
Spring
So
of
we'll go over.
2022.
Yeah, spring
2022 in
of
the spring.
2022. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So Full Circle Expeditions, Full Circle Everest.com, that's the website. You GoFundMe, we got that too, because we really looking for, and that's, we really want to do is more than anything. We just want to give people the this history, man. You know what I'm saying? Really
Right,
is, and you have to look at it that at that sense, in that we are asking people and giving people an opportunity to be a part of history. Even
right,
if you donate $1,
right,
$5, whatever, you know that you are part of history. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And that you can't take that away. That's in perpetuity. That lasts forever. You know.
Definitely. That's for sure.
And
That's for
and
sure.
nowadays, with all this technology and so on, it's like it's there. So we can't let history repeat itself. You know what I mean? By doing things. There's a lot of black people who have climbed and done a lot of things, man, that you don't know about, right? You don't know
Yeah,
about it because they
yeah,
don't tell the stories, right?
right.
So now we can't not tell the stories. We
Yeah,
can't not talk about these things. You know what I'm saying? So bless up, man. That's why I give you the take the opportunity to do this show and just let people know what's going on, man.
right,
Because
right.
we out here doing things that people don't know about. You know,
Exactly. Great things. I mean,
and
like historical things.
and
This
and
is
a lot of
history right
people
here.
and a lot of people want to do them too. They
Yeah.
just don't know.
They don't know where to get started. And
They
that's
don't know
why I
where to get
created
started.
this show because I wanted to talk about a lot of different things because everything,
Right?
like you said, everybody can't be a ball player. Everybody can't be a real estate agent. Everybody
No.
can't be a stock investor. There's different paths. We all creators. And I use that word a lot. We all creators. Like what
Yeah.
you created. You created a path to do what you're doing. And
Right.
that's what we do. And we can't just be stuck in the norm and can't think outside the box. We got to think outside the box. And like you said, the things that you want to do, you have to go at it. And I remember
Right.
one time I asked you, man, how you climb the mountain? You was like, basically one step at a time. And that's how life got to go. One step at a
Life is like
time.
this, one step at a
One
time,
step at
right?
a time. I
You
remember
know,
that. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, that makes sense. Like whatever
you
your
know,
journey is, if you're trying to get there, you can't just go from 1 to 10. You got to go 1, 2, 3, and then you might even fall back to 2. You
right,
know what I mean? Like you
right,
said, going up the mountain, you might got to
right,
go up, come down a little bit, go up, come down. But long as you keep pushing,
man. And you
you know,
gotta, you gotta, man, you gotta, you gotta put your pride aside. You gotta get humble. You gotta get hurt. You gotta try. You gotta
right.
get talked about.
So you appreciate
So many things. You know what I'm saying? And
definitely.
that's the thing. Through all that, you know what I mean? I mean, think about it, man. Like you were saying, I try to get you to go. You was like,
Right,
nah, man, that's not for me. You know what I
right,
mean?
right, right.
But I've been trying to do that for people forever.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely,
I've been
definitely,
doing it forever. And
definitely.
so now people will come around and like there's some things going on
Right.
that people are, and so there's a lot of little pockets of places where people can go. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
just need to look them up, man.
Yeah.
In Houston, down in Texas, there's what is it? Organization, and I work with some of these folks, here, little by little, and some of the other little, I'm a philanthropist, man, in a sense too. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
always trying to help other people. You know what I'm
No
saying? And
doubt,
like,
no
if I
doubt. You
get
always
into a
been like that.
position where I'm in a position where I can help, even if it's just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And so,
Def
in some little programs, man, it's like, oh, you doing an outdoor program? What you need? You need packs? Okay, I can. I work at this company. I have this little thing going on. I can do that. Oh, you need tents? Okay, well, I know this other dude who works in this company, who works with tents, and so I'm gonna hook them up with you because there's a cycle of things that we can do a lot to help other people get things, to be able to get people to do these, this kind of stuff, but also, look at helping environment, all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So
right.
there's so much more to it, so man, you should do it. There's a lot of people, man. You could do a conversation like this every week,
Yeah, I
and
know, and that's
it'd
what I'm
be
trying to do.
one on one,
That's what I'm trying to do. Well, man, I appreciate it. I know you got things to do. I'm gonna let you
Yeah,
go and do what you got to do, and I'm gonna get back at you. But I appreciate it, man. It's my cousin Phillip Henderson, professional outdoorsman, getting ready to go up this mountain, lead the first Black expedition in the history of the world. Right?
right,
That's
right,
documented.
right.
Right up to the top of this mountain, man. And I don't gotta wish you luck. I already know how it's gonna be.
You know that. You know that. We doing the best we can, man. We got a strong team, Yeah, a lot of brothers and sisters, man, that who just they passionate about what they do and they strong. It's like, man, they're the cream of the crop. They're that next generation, of
Right,
of
right.
things that people don't really, there's some people out there who know, but once they pay attention to what people are doing,
Yeah,
man, and see, brothers and sisters doing it, you know, they're gonna want to do it too. You know, and they're gonna want to even little things, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, I'll go out, I'm gonna go in the kitchen right here and get some of this fresh food that I got. This just came out the garden this morning. You know how it is,
Yeah,
you know,
I
even
do.
back in the day
Bro,
when
I know exactly what you're talking about, man. And it's sad that we don't do that now, but that's a whole nother conversation. That's a
you know,
whole nother conversation. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But
man.
all right, man, I'm gonna let you go. One
Yeah.
love, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna hit you back and stay up, man.
Yeah, man, one love.
All right, boy.
Yeah.
So there you have it. Phillip Henderson, professional outdoorsman, you know, and keep in touch, man. Follow up on him. Look him up, man, on YouTube. I mean, not on YouTube, but Google it. Just check it out, man. Phillip Henderson. Look at the first Black expedition to Mount Everest in the documented history of the world. There you have it, man. Stay busy. Hey, yo, Boss Talk. That's what we doing over here. Hey, yo, thanks for tuning in to Boss Talk 94303. And if you want to keep the good content coming, hit that like and that subscribe button, man, and we'll keep doing what we doing for you, all right? Holla back.